What's up, my fellow prospectors? It's me, Mr. Viking Bob, coming at you with another patch note release. As you can see, I'm using a webcam for this video, and don't worry about the quality. I'm currently waiting for a new cam, so the quality will go up. It can't get lower from here. Before I actually start jumping into the patch notes, I want to invite you all over to my Twitch page. Information will be somewhere here on the video, maybe even here, somewhere. I don't know. The link will also be in the description box below on this video. And another thing that I want to note, if you guys haven't joined the official Cycle Discord server yet, I highly recommend you guys doing that. And I will put a link to that Discord server as well in the description box of this video. Now, without much more further ado, let's get into it. Release 21. Nightmare over Fortuna 3 is over, prospectors, but it will take a while for the skies to clear up, as the gloomy atmosphere still lingers on the planet. This of course means that your pumpkin heads are gone. They get moldy, and after all, you do not want to catch an infection. The pumpkin heads are gone is pretty sad. I kinda like the pumpkin heads, but you know, it was an Halloween event, what you gonna do? Now, the creepy atmosphere, the gloomy, I like that's gonna stay. Because Fortuna 3 could look hella dope with the Halloween mist that they added. So that's cool. We got some buffs and we got some nerfs in this patch. First of all, we got a nerf to the ASP Flechette. They increased the recoil on that gun. Now, there's always been a fight versus the ASP and the Scrapper on which of the guns are better. If the recoil is going to be as bad as it is with the Scrapper is actually going to be the new king of the SMGs at the 200 credit cost, of course. The Brute's still better than all of the SMGs because it's a 500 credit gun and it shoots straight, it does a lot of damage. But ASP versus Scrapper might be the new king. We'll test that out in the live stream that I mentioned earlier. The Lacerator got a buff from 70 to 75 damage. It's probably still gonna be pretty bad, but it's gonna be interesting to see if it is going to be usable at least. And like I mentioned with the ASP, we're gonna test the Lacerator out as well. We got a big nerf to explosive rounds, impacting and the guns that are impacted is the ones that have explosive rounds, which are KBR Longshot, aka KBR Nasty, the Core 47, the Hammer, and the Advocate. Damage falloff starts at 0.85 meters, so after almost instantly, there will be a nerf to your damage. And the fall of damage reduction changed to 20% at 2 meters. So after 2 meters, there won't be any bigger damage reduction to your bullets, that is. But it will be all the way up to 20%. So that's pretty big, actually. But do not fear yet. Even if this is a nerf, they did have some buffs as well. So it's kind of a balance more than a nerf or even a buff. Gear store. Upgrades should now impact radial damage. So this refers to explosive rounds almost immediately. Radial damage means the AoE effect, so the splash damage from the explosive rounds will get increased damage from upgrading your weapon as well. Now, in-air damage also impacts radial damage, same with in-air armor, and it has the same thing to do with the gear store here. In-air damage is a 15% damage increase whilst you're in the air, if the Wikipedia still has updated information. That's not for certain, but from what I could gather, it's 15%. Now, if we do not keep this in mind, 15% is now gonna affect the 60 damage from the KBR Longshot of the AOV explosion. So it's not going to be 60 on the explosion, it's going to be 69. And if you use the burst mode, it's 180 in total. They 60, 60, 60, so it comes up to 180. And with this now also being in effect, puts it at 69. If I didn't mention that, I think I did. And in total, that is 207. So as long as you're fighting in really close fights, which actually happens quite a lot, you will still be doing more damage despite the nerf to explosive rounds. As long as you're having close quarter fights. Long range, it's clearly a nerf. But in close quarter fights, overall, these changes will be a buff to the weapons. Even to the Core 47 that not a lot of people use, it's gonna get stronger when you're fighting someone close range. So keep that in mind. And then we got a miscellaneous stuff right here with the bug report button was removed. Please use the customer support button instead. So if you have to report a bug in game, use the customer support button. And then we have some bug fixes right here. The train mechanics received another fix. Hopefully it's even less buggy than it was before this, because the train can be very buggy sometimes. The season timer is back, and then we unified highlight for appearance items when in use. So it's gonna be easier to see whatever clothes and stuff you're wearing then in the appearance loadout. Shell Divider mod now shows correct information. I have no idea what was incorrect about this before, but we're gonna check that out as well. Shell Divider is for the Bulldog. It's when you're using 4 shots instead of 2. And then they fixed some waters over at Bright Sands map, so it's not gonna be having those weird graphical issues that it could have before. Known issues. These two has been the same in the last couple of patches. Career stats are disabled due to some issues and will be enabled again when fixed. Voice chat will not work in the lobby when using the open microphone setting. Push to talk will work just fine, and that's just in the lobby before you drop down on the planet. Player search for your friends list can still show players at the bottom of the list. Not really a problem, just a minor inconvenience. And then we have the please remember. We are still in early access even though the Season 3 has started. The game is still in development. This means that bugs and crashes are to be expected. Even if the game is released, bugs and crashes can happen when you update your game regularly. So I would say that everyone should keep that in mind. And please keep in mind that queue times, especially late at night, might be longer than expected due to lower player counts around these times. This speaks for itself. We hope you have fun during your time on Fortuna 3 and look forward to reading your feedback. Give them your feedback. Like I said in the beginning of this video about the official Discord server, they have an amazing little chat where they are only talking about the feedback. They even have suggestions and everything. Just join the official Discord server if you haven't done that already. Now that pretty much wraps up this video as of right now. We're gonna check all of these things out at 7 p.m. Central European time over at my live stream. So like I showed you in the beginning of this, or down in the description box below this video. I invite you all to show up and chat with me and see if there's anything special that you want me to go over as well. Other than that, this is about it. So if you enjoyed this video, you found this any useful at all, I would really appreciate that like. Subscribe for even more content. And until next time, bye bye.